Bueno, pues mientras que tengo 3 horitas para... A ver si dura el mando, macho. Vale, terminamos ya el DLC. Ahora toca el Blood and Wine. Embajadores del vino. De paso, como aquí. De paso, igual podría probar estas mierdas, tío. Un momento así, pim pam. Y esta mierda también. Esta mierda sí puede estar al lado de esto, tío. Espérate, primero vamos al teleport de aquí. Aquí acabamos en la luna. Aquí hay cositas. No, es que esto ya lo saqué. Esto ya lo saqué. Coño, qué raro. Aquí no sé. Hay camino. Me mato. Bueno, ni tan mal. Tío. Esto es que es imposible. Esto es una puta mierda. El hacer que se peguen, míralo. Y me lo matan. Es que me lo matan de un golpe, tío. Y yo no entiendo, de verdad que no entiendo la habilidad esta de mierda, en serio. En cambio, él ha dado un golpe. Aquí está, marioneta. Esta. El enemigo se convierte en aliado durante unos instantes. Causa 60% más de daño. Causa. Pues a él lo matan de una hostia. Y él ha pegado un tacho y no lo ha matado. Es que yo no entiendo, tío. Cuánta intensidad de Axia. Es posible influir con esas dos adversarios al mismo tiempo. Igual esto mejor o qué. Hostia, lo que no sé si... establecerme las cosas. Comprarme una poti para restablecerme las mierdas. Nada, de momento no. Lo que voy a coger en vez de este, que tengo ahí uno, me voy a poner esto aquí. Ya ves. 300 más de vitalidad, un poquito más de vida. Vamos a saquear, ya estamos, que necesito mucho dinero. Vámonos. Por aquí. Odio cuando se para, tío. Corre. Como la puta, es total. Nada. Es mi puto videojuego, tío. No quieras ser tan... Es que correr costa arriba no puede. Venga, por favor. Que echamos magia por los dedos, tío.
Look it. Weren't hard slaying that hard.
Vamos a... Bueno, vamos a estas que están aquí. A ver qué hay ahí. Todo raro el juego, no sé. Todo raro. ¿Dónde está esto? Pantalla, campos de interfaz, eso está bien, interfaz pequeña. Tal. Juego. Distancia predeterminada. No sé, lo noto raro. No sé. Bueno. ¿Ves? Mira lo que le ha quitado. El mío y mira este. Nah, esto no, yo esto no sé cómo funciona. Esto es una putísima mierda, te lo juro.
If you even think to help elves in these times, I'd be amiss not to reward you, Vatgun. Find me in the camp nearby. I shall have something for you.
Buscame el campamento que es cerca. ¿De qué? ¿Qué campamento hay cerca? En camino. Nada, vamos a terminar. Limpiamos el mapa. Y lo que me quede de trofeos. No sé si algún lobo ha matado a alguien. Puede ser que sí. Esto no debería ser tan difícil.
Never learn. Piss off, or you still got legs and bugs. Conjure it! Bastards, conjure it! Go for the horse, son! Oh!
Nah, esto es increíble. Es que es increíble, de verdad. No lo entiendo. Te lo juro que no lo entiendo, tío. No sé. No sé jugar a esto. La Axie es una puta mierda, señor. ¿Ya está? Ahora sí. Si este era el campamento, está en la mierda. Vale. Vámonos. Hay un cruce. Toma. Vale, me quedarían estos 3 puntos. Podría venir aquí. A este cruce. O no, a este. Coño. Sí que dejo algo. Ah, no pienso volver. Eso no puedo decir. ¿Qué es eso? La ventana del tierra, ¿no, coño?
I like that silver. Not good.
Seguimos camino. Otro tesoro protegido. Por fuego, ¿no? Supongo que sea. Ah, no. Es una señora. Sí me gusta. Tanto súper bajo de nivel. Entonces, más fácil. Vamos ahí. Y me quedará un sitio. Una interrogación al norte. Ay. Y eso sí que me puede encajar. ¿Y hacer el DLC? ¿Qué hay ahí? Paso. Pasando. Ah, no llega. Sí, sí que... No llega. Hay un muro invisible que no me deja subir. Oh, vale. A ver si puedo bajar sin matarme. Vale. Vale. What? ¿Qué es esto? Como caja de madera aquí en medio. ¿Una vaca? Cuidado. Una vaca muerta ahí.
Go for the horse son's eye! You're dead! What's that? Too late to surrender.
Me ha dado un flechazo.
Yeah!
Pero que quieres venir a pegarle. Es increíble. Es increíble. El juego este, tío. Mira lo que hace. Me ha matado uno. Ha muerto uno. Por fin. Solo me quedan 20 más. No, 19. ¿No? La verdad. Creo que eran 20. Joder, y no te lo pierdas, Jaro. Y luego le he dado flechazos también. Hay que hacer 20 flechazos o... No, 50. Pero está apagado. Vale, pues vamos aquí, ¿no? Porque ya lo que me queda es al norte. ¿Y puedo hacer algo? Sí, robar. No, tío. No hay camino. Me da a mí que no hay camino, ¿eh? Ah, sí, aquí arriba. ¿Pero puedo llegar? ¡Salta, capullo de mierda! Hostia, tío, en serio. Qué ganas de acabar el juego, Lo guapo que ha estado la historia. Cuantas más horas más ves que le faltan horas a este juego de desarrollo. Pero horas. ¿Es ahí abajo? ¿Es aquí abajo? Un cofre aquí. ¿Y otro ahí? Ah, no son plantas. Bueno, lo digo todo. Pues tendría que también a cambiar dinero para banco. Aquí. Nice. ¿Aquí dónde? Mercaderes y herreros, A ver, ¿qué me faltaba esto? Vamos ya. Están 2 tías. Tengo agua. Vaya de viaje rápido. ¿Qué suena aquí? Vale. De 37.
Not good.
Joder. Dragones que son buenos. Constructos. Golem. Y merita. Voy a probar con el fuego. que hacer daño.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Venga, tío.
What? Lost your nerve?
Está muy duro, ¿no?
Come on.
¿Qué hay que hacer aquí para que no te dé, tío? Cuando hace el golpe del suelo. Porque yo no lo entiendo.
Not bad. Damn.
Es aburridísimo. Mira lo que le he quitado, tío. Ya no me resta 50 de daño.
What? Lost your nerve?
Me pego yo solo. mucho daño.
Come on.
Qué aburrido, tío. En serio, qué aburridísimo. A veces me quitan las ganas de ponerme los juegos en difícil. Pues solo es una esponja de balas, tío, de balas. Tío. De daño, tío. Nada, aquí estaremos. Coño. Si por lo menos cuando menos vida tenga, más daño le hago al ser un bicho de piedra. Sería lógico. Porque estaría más dañado. A 3 o 4 golpes de eso, va. Oye, porque no tenía vida. Sí, tengo el de vida, no sé por qué. Han pasado 20 minutos y hubo 28. No, si me mata.
Show me what you got.
Y lo hace 2 veces. Pero, si esquivaba, cabrón. Se ha bugueado.
Time to end this.
Esto es increíble. 4 mierdas, no te pierdas. Diario de Igor sabe. ¿Ya está? ¿A esta mierda? Pues vamos aquí. Vamos a ir a la ciudad. Vendo cosas. Cambio de dinero. Por culo. ¿Qué? Por favor. Por cierto, estaba quemado. Sí, se ha quedado quemado. ¿Habrá algo? A ver si los huevos. Están todo derruido. Ay, igual me puedo quedar en la casa esta. A ver. Coño, no me voy. Vamos a aquí. Sí, aquí a cambiar dinero. Y no sé, la verdad. A vender algo a lo mejor.
How can I be?
Necesito un préstamo, no. Cambiar dinero.
Got some. You come.
Un préstamo. Un pasaje raro. No hay que devolverlo. A lo mejor me lo quitan de un porcentaje de cada contrato. De la nómina.
No bread, no coin, all is shite.
Venga, aquí.
Right, what a freak.
Greetings, IP.
¿Qué vendes?
What-
Hostia, Dios, qué susto, ya petado. Te puedo vender esto. 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 Y esto. Te puedo vender cositas. Tenía mucha mierda aquí yo. Coño. Que me he puesto de 2000 me pasan 9000. Bueno, 4000 han sido de eso. Esto no lo vendo. Estas cosas no. Hostia, la espada esta acá es magistral. 1000 pavos. Aquí tengo muchas cosas que si limpiara el baúl... igual me sorprendía, ¿eh? Igual... ¿por dónde es? Por ahí. Igual cojo y limpio algo del baúl para vender. Guardo todo lo del oso. Me quedo con lo bizarino. Eternal Fire. Y le falta un poquito más de vida al juego. Torneos aquí en el garito este. Yo qué sé, cositas. Esto y esto se queda. Esto y esto se queda. Y vamos a ver. Vamos a ver si hay algo para vender. Si me deja. Vamos a ver las armaduras, que son más fáciles de distinguir. Por ejemplo, ¿ves? Esta está recta. 11. 17. Está fuera. Si quiere funcionar. Vale, esto tengo Skipper nivel 8. Skipper nivel 23. Skipper 19 fuera. 18 fuera. Esta. 22 del Gran Sol. Brigada Impera. Ah, no, pues es distinto. Esta no es como esta, ¿no? No sé, por ejemplo. Brigada Impera 23. Impera 21 fuera. El Gran Sol 22. Las recompensas 21. 18 fuera. Cazar recompensas 29. Fuego Eterno 26. 25 fuera. Claro, es que este es de Ejecutor de Fuego Eterno. Claro que está luego armadura del Traidor. Fuego Eterno, Ejecutor de Fuego Eterno y Cazador de Brujas. El Fuego Eterno hemos dicho ya. Sí. Cazador de Brujas también 27 aquí. 31, por esta fuera. Esta también. Aquí lado no. Solo de armaduras ya limpio. Y eso, y es dinero. Una marca 19. Armadura. Marca 22. Está fuera. Para vender, todo para vender. Y de hecho esta se la puede vender al de la armadura. Está en el otro. Brigada de Impera 23. Voy a verlo otra vez. Adam Date 16. 24. 16 fuera. Adam Date 18. Adam Date 7. Tengo aquí esta. 24, vale. Por ejemplo, otra. A ver, esta. Espada sangrienta 20. Espada sangrienta 20. Espada sangrienta 25. 21 fuera. Fuera. Por ejemplo, este está repe. Hershog 21. Hershog 23. Mira, por aquí hay otra. Hershog 19. Fuera. Hacha enana 28. 10 fuera. Tacha. Que rueda de cacería salvaje, está guapa. Hacha enana 14 fuera. Hacha enana 24. 28, 24 fuera. Es que son mierdas, es que armas de nivel bajo, ¿para qué me voy a poner? Esta me la quedo porque sí. Esto era. Gran Sol 22. 24. Hola, si la coges. 22, 24. 22, 90%. 24, fuera. Esta de la Impera, ¿no? Esta va con esta, ¿no? No, Poder Nilfgaardiana, es distinta. Este es el Gran Sol. Ah, no, Brigada Impera, mira. Cuidado, Brigada Impera. Gran Sol. Brigada Impera tengo aquí una, ¿no? Sí. Brigada Gran Sol, vale. Pues ya está, lo voy a dejar así. De momento. Esto es dinero ya. Rastrador 24, rastrador 22 fuera. Rastrador 24. Con Don Tiero. Con Don Tiero 4. Dale, si hay un montón de con Don Tiero. 23, 25, 24, 15. Y están en. Hostia, que tengo mucho peso, cállate. Vamos. ¿Tengo que vender espadas aquí? Vale, tengo que dar más, pero vamos a venderlas todas allí. Si me deja el caballo venir.
That's it, Roach.
Normal. El caballo tira. Vamos a venderlas todas las cosas aquí y a todo por saco. Y luego, ya con todo ese dinero que habremos sacado, ya está bien. Es que el otro tenía 1000.
Time to water the horses. You've got eyes like a cat. You can't fight too.
Uy, vale, mejora la espada. Yo no puedo voltear.
Oi, Geralt. How's the...
¿Qué ofreces?
Wouldn't.
Dinero, 900 de...
So,
¿Qué ha pasado aquí? ¿Habéis perdido todo el dinero que yo invertí en vosotros? Ah, esta tiene 16.000, vale. Vale, cada una tiene un menú. Pues venga. Te va a hinchar. No puede ser que el mando esté... Llevo 43 minutos, no puede ser que el mando esté ya descargado, tío. No va nada. No va nada. Vale, esta aún tiene dinero. Hostia. Vamos, si esto se lo vendí yo, creo. Esta aún tiene dinero, lo que significa... que aún le puedo... vender cosas... Esto es una mierda. ¿Esto qué es? Corona el rey de los porqueros. ¡Ah! Eso es de la boda.
take it.
¿Por qué no llevo yo eso, tío? 15% de oro, no me jodas, cabrón. Que de normal son 5. Mira, los 5% adicional. Venga, tío. No me jodas que tenía yo esto para equipar. Escucha, tengo 15.000 dinero, ¿eh? Tengo el dinero para mejorar el otro al máximo. Pero me voy a guardar porque prefiero la casa primero. Ya, este me la suda. Vamos a hacer el DLC, ya. Bueno, ¿es aquí? Bueno, primero voy a cambiar de mando otra vez, me cago en la puta. Nada, ya está. Y vamos a empezar el DLC. A ver qué pasa aquí con esta gente. Bueno.
This be the Witchman, the freak of nature.
Geralt of Rivia. Ha! Sit with us, Witcher.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Parmarin, I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end
El
find
grifo de huerto blanco, pues eso es el
Milton to
tutorial, cabrón.
Peyton and Palmer and DeLongful. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison had left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Palmerin wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
They're coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Hark! Contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin DeLongful, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular Punch and Judy here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity-like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk will say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood. By the crane, villains, ready your arms.
Hola, venga.
Hell if you love the gods! Get him! Come on! Honor! Wayne and country!
No estoy luchando yo, ¿qué pasa?
Come on.
Bastards conjurers! Come on!
Joder. Cago en tu puta madre.
Not good.
Es que no me entero, tío. Es que... ¿Y por qué solo lucho yo? No... Vale. Me está dando una pereza ya.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Venga, tío. Hola, hola, hola.
What? Lost your nerve?
¿Dónde está el otro arquerito?
How long you gonna make me wait?
Defend yourself, scoundrel!
Bueno. Por.
Dump him in a ditch! As a bunch, lads! Killed you? You scurvy new... Ah, Toussaint! For the Duchess!
Come on.
Leave on to us! Defend yourself, scoundrel!
Why do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
Ah, it is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
Is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Ana Henrietta? Madre mía, franceses.
Shall you answer her call?
Franceses no.
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever, and the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses, the bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A night in a locked room. Servants all about the house. Guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect. But of this beast, nothing is known, save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor. The beast could be a threat to others, not just to Her Grace's subjects.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident. I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Ha! Then post-haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Toussaint.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron!
Bueno, empezamos bien, ¿no? Ah, el cíclope. Hay un trofeo de matarlo con un ballestazo en el ojo. Ya para empezar. Un puro trofeo de mierda. Se la vaya. Pero como le viene el ojo si tiene casco. Bueno, casco en barril. ¿Qué ha pasado? Qué guapo lo habéis caído. Coño, coño.
I'd kill a monster. All for one and one for all.
¿Es posible que lo haya envenenado demasiado? Es esto envenena, tío. Y no tengo otra espada. Míralo. Ah, pues sí que le he dado. Hostia, ¿qué te parece? A ojo de buen ballestero. Jeje. Ah, no me da nada. Vale, mando un trofeo.
Single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien Delatour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth, then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the Tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Goliath. Trofeo Goliath. Experiencia de monstruos, Oro. Necesito oro. Bueno, dinero.
Let's go. Brave kid, Guillaume.
Palmerin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
¿Qué? En Blood and Wine puedes experimentar puntuación de brujo adicional para desbloquear nuevas capacidades. De pronto te encontrarás con un mensajero que te entregará una carta muy especial. Muy interesante. Lela, investiga la historia del profesor Moreau. No tengo detalles. Se dice que el maestro artesano tal puede fabricar armas y armaduras de diferente factura y que combinando ambas resultan mucho mejores. Vale. No sé, el maestro artesano de aquí. Sí, claro, para hacer sí, las armaduras maestras de las escuelas. Quiero la del oso la quiero hacer. Y la del lobo me molaría también, pero es que son carísimas. Son carísimas.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
Todo muy colorido, muy verde, muy bonito, ¿no?
No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything. Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank. I will fell you all, for my name is
Got guests.
Pinoso.
Come on.
Hasta ahora, ¿qué? Le dejó. Voy a hacer honor a su nombre. Au, 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 au. Au. Ah, que flotan. Es una mezcla entre explotadores y ahorcados. Pues que me ha dado.
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking. Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything. Monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Need to comb the bank. Notice anything interesting?
Alas, nothing.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
¿Qué me queda? Que no sé qué me queda.
Notice anything interesting?
Alas, nothing.
¿Otra vez?
Look, a boat was launched here. Guardsmen must have loaded the body parts onto it, taken them somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions, no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
Segundo. Vale. Vale. Esto, vale. Vale. Pues tiremos. Vaya.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Pues ir más lento.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Long live Duchessa Anna Henrietta.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
What? With no lads brave enough? Of course we have. But bravery's not enough against
Your
the beast.
mustering speaks for our powers.
That calls for a witcher.
Ducal clerk's looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
I'm glad to see Her Illustrious Grace summon such a professional.
Hala, ya tengo contratos, secundarias, la... Hostia, la madre que los parió. 46. Went. Esto sí. Esto sí. Vamos a avanzar un poquito la historia, ¿no? Primero. Hasta que me dejen a mi
By
salto.
my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyren in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac Peyren.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town, fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Rossel's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Ninnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rossel now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel-rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster.
Ya ves.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Bueno, cuando me das la casa. Corvo Bianco. Creo que es eso.
Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah. Duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the Palace Gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Vale, ya, ve a Corvo Blanco. Mira, apuntas. Lugares que pueden... Están marcados con asteriscos y exclamación. Ya. Pues es grandecillo esto, ¿eh? Esto es la ciudad esta, el Corvo Blanco. Bueno, el pueblecillo, ¿no? La villa. Caballero andante. Los caballeros están guapos, la verdad. Lleva un gorro de cocinero. Y un gorro de chef. Se lleva armadura, casco, vale, pero... ¿Para qué?
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
¿Estás aquí? Hostia.
Damn it. Killer must still be here. Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Killed with a single blow. In the cellar. Gotta be. Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart. Revermuck carried the body in his cart. From 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand, massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though, or a Fletter. Bruxa, gotta be. Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck. Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate. Used this to batter down the grate.
Uso esto, o a este, mejor dicho, ¿no? ¿Por qué? Un poco desnuda, ¿no?
Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
Ahora entiendo por qué tiene que estar desnuda.
I cannot let you leave.
¿Qué les pasa a las lamias? La bestia de la Ocul. Lunar. Joder, qué bestia, ¿no? Rápida que es la cabrón. Pegado. Sí, ahí sí. Que tan guapa. Está muerta, pero no lo sabes.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch bulging with coins.
Uno de pericia, nivel 40. ¿En serio?
Nilfgaardian florins. Several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Hala, una mano por mí.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Ya de día. Gryffindor. Qué guapo.
So hot. It should all
Leviosa's recent wines. In what time?
Health melts on the lips. But virtue always trumps villainy. With his friends at his side, Leon bested Goliath and restored peace to the land.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerin, what about the story of Riddick and the dragon?
Riddick.
Tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
No, pero más vale ser bueno.
Yeah. Virtue always wins.
Sí, la verdad.
Black Knight. He's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia, too.
Moral victory. That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way.
Vamos para allá.
Oh no. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As we'll soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shelmar? Hang some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
Hoy voy a dejar ya.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Cosa más rara. Está guapo.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it.
Me va a tocar bajar a mí. Claro está. Bueno, vamos, reventado.
We have to help him.
¿Dónde vas tú con la armadura? Pero si te va a matar. La gravedad te va a tronchar los tobillos.
Gotta keep it down.
Alas, connighting, the beast heaved its foul girth, set loose the roar, and knocked him to earth. How can the Witcher, in one mighty bound, give fight to the beast, its plans confound? The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against all odds.
Not good.
Oh, the Duchess! The Witcher waited till the time was true, then 12 danced and spun, struck the monster like fool.
¿Le estoy dando? Sí, a eso sí que le da porque se está envenenado.
Dodge, dive, flee, faint, its racer strikes belly, Selma's cries ring aloud, blood transforms into jelly.
Puedo envenenar. Es que enveneno, puedo envenenar y meto hemorragia.
Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
No.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful.
Que creo que hay una misión también de protector animal o algo así, era, no sé. Así que lo voy a dejar vivo, total. ¿Qué me va a dar? ¿Un trofeo? No, eso igual. Tengo el del dinero, ya no, lo demás me da igual.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Geralt, we must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full-plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But whatever could he be? Come, we must find him. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Joder, tiene amigos aquí.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsmen handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Sí, pero si no... No siempre.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin.
Mira.
You will doubtless consider this adequate.
Y una suma de
Title to the
dinero.
vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Levanta la casa. Mola.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All all the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Voy a encontrar
Grace,
Milton,
we need to
vale.
find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
En fin.
Your Grace!
Ahí está. Esa es la actitud.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Ahí está.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Faster, Geralt! Right like the wind!
Hola, le he dado, eh.
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
This way! Through town! Try not to lose your way! Sharp right! Take care!
good!
Qué guapo, todo un castillo, ¿no? La criminal. ¿Qué otra pasa? Ahora,
Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
Is this part of the game?
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn,
Oh,
a
¿y
golden
dónde?
fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option. But time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
un caballo,
The
vamos.
golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Venga, espabila.
Fiorano of the 1290 vintage. I do encourage you to try it.
If one were to call a state courageous
Oh.
or coward, what other part of the state would one have in mind?
Oh! But this is no true unicorn.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
¿Qué tiene que ver?
Or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
¿En serio?
Damn it.
Ah, encuentra tu sentido de brujo para encontrar una golosina para el caballo, joder. A ver.
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale. Roach likes carrots. Maybe Unicorn will too.
This is an outrage.
Joder, qué absurdo. ¿Y cómo coño me equipo yo la zanahoria?
Outrage, I tell you.
It's against the rules.
Almost had it. What would you say to a delicious, crunchy carrot? Easy.
Venga, el pescadillo.
Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback. Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
You think I don't know?
Witcher,
What the blazes?
did someone just dive in the water? Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure, if you're a peasant.
Había otro, creo. Allí.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly coursed up trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
It ruins the game! Disgraceful.
Tontería la justa. Hablar con vividor. Vividor follador.
From a surfeit of beauty. Women love tears. It's positively useless. She can't possibly see.
Unicornio. Está aquí. Ay, igual puedo. ¿Voy a subirme? Sí. Llevo un unicornio. Oh, real, ¿eh?
Keep calm.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a crone, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
En invierno, un grito ahogado, pero acaba siendo duradero, como un ratón en verano. Una cueva, invernadero.
Groans, hollows. Could be a cave, I guess.
Now that's just silly. Look, if we take groan, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is.
La defensa,
We
claro.
put green, then mouse, but starting with what heads hard cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Ocho de experiencia.
Wait here.
Ya ves. Qué guapo, ¿no?
What was that?
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Inocentes. Ninguno.
I don't kill innocents. Murderers, though, you bet.
I'll soon be done. I've but one left. And you, should you not stand down.
And once you're done, intend to leave? Go kill somewhere else?
No. I intend to live. Happily ever after.
Qué guapo.
Let you kill again.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Show me what you got.
¿Me ha pegado? Pues, ¿me ha matado o no? What?
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Joder, pues al colega te han jodido.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my...
Vale, porque no sé qué coño hice.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now,
However, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Seem pretty damn sure of that.
I am, because I know him very well. Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Huh. Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him, immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère la Chaise-Longue Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Estoy muerto. Vale. Vale. Rolle con este, vale. Uf. Posición de caballero. A ver, debería hacer la secundaria ya que estoy. De hecho, me gustaría hacer esta. La primera. ¿Y esto? Camarlengo ducal. ¿Qué coño es esto? Voy a guardar por si acaso. Vale, ¿cómo se sale de aquí?
We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Around here, it's wine, wine, and more wine.
¿Esto?
Guess this champion.
Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Toussaint. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental.
Hostia.
I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau of Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the tome I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Beauclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies, this matter might prove a fruitful diversion. Investigate at your leisure. Your friend, Yennefer.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations.
Your friend.
Might actually be worth
Si hubiera
looking
acabado
into.
con ella la misión principal, diré otra cosa.
Stocks and the whip await those running riot. Our duchy well?
143 carry the two. Greetings, brave hero. I am Raphael de Serman, and I am the Ducal Camarlengo.
I'm Geralt. So what is it you do here?
I pay the knight's errand.
For what?
Our knights wander the roads, protecting Toussaint from bandits and monsters. It is fitting and just that they be recompensed appropriately for these toils.
Yo quiero que me paguen.
Note, sir, that should you successfully smash a Hans, save a brother knight from peril, or extract a captured merchant from the hands of cutthroats, come see me. You shall be rewarded.
Wouldn't mind a glance at your books. Ones you're willing to sell, that is.
¿Qué vende? Coño. Bueno, he guardado así que no
Wouldn't happen
pasa
to
nada.
play Gwent, would you?
De todas formas voy... Esta canción. Esto fuera. No hay espías. Ah, no me gusta. No hay espías. ¿Qué hago? ¿Paso? ¿Vale? Haga el pasapano. Hostia, espérate. Este es el que... Sí, el que no me permite usar mi habilidad, ¿no? Joder. ¿Qué me quito Leto? Vale. 100 coronas. Rey Brain. Skelly que entra en el juego. Anda. Hostia, todos estos puntos hay cartas de Skelly. Consigue una carta, una baraja básica de Skelly. Y consigue todas las cartas que faltan de Skelly. Vale, esto es aquí. Hostia, hijo de puta, no hagáis esto. Otra baraja no, por favor. Ahora. Primero vamos a coger la baraja.
The Duchess summoned him.
¿Es aquí? Arriba.
Am I too late to sign up? We've one slot free for anyone willing to play the Skellige deck. Yes, a face no ointment could help. Welcome.
Yes. I assure you, Skellige is just as strong as the other factions. It shall soon be considered canon. Of this I'm certain.
I don't know. Always been a Nilfgaard man myself. I must give it some more thought.
Geralt of Rivia. Saw a notice about a Gwent tournament.
By all means, you've come to the right place. I am Count Martin Monnier, Organizer-in-Chief. Our tourney's more than mere diversion. We've a mission, see? To spread word of my brother's brainchild, Skellige, a new Gwent faction.
These new cards. Tell me something about them.
Their design embodies the Isle's spirit. The rage-filled potency, the rough, brutal beauty. Famed Skelligers, heroes of lore, berserkers and beasts, ogle us from the cards. Bran Tuirsek is the faction's leader, of course.
And the other famous Skelligers?
Hjalmar and Serisan Kreite, naturally, though not conjoined. Also Hemdall the hero, the venerable druid Ermion. The list goes on.
New deck? Where'd you get the idea? I mean, why bother?
All Beauclair knows me as a great lover and promoter of Gwent. My brother, dead for some time now, was known to be the same. We shared another great passion, travel. Spent a great many years at sea in our youth, marking out our territory in multiple corners of the world. Yet the one that truly grabbed us by the stones were the Skellige Isles. The stormy sea, consumed by a fever, a suicidal awe, dashing itself against somber cliffs. That is the image I retain. It, and others like it, inspired my brother to devise the new faction.
The tournament. Where do I sign up to play?
Right here with me. I've one slot open, but there's a condition. You must use cards of the Skellige faction. You see, I've already asked a great many seasoned players to do the same. Alas, all fear novelties, disdain process, care too much for the climax, for winning. So they insist on playing with their tried and true decks.
Long story short, you need a sucker who'll risk it. Take a stab at proving Skellige's no worse than the established decks. Best way to do that'd be to win this tournament using your brother's cards.
We understand one another perfectly, I see. Behold this trophy, standing stiff and strong. It could be yours if you win.
Not bad. Could look great in my house. On the sideboard, maybe.
Pero...
All right, I'll give it a shot. Play using the new faction.
Puedo probar, como he guardado. Puedo probar y... Es que no quiero... Igual tengo que hacer lo otro antes, ir consiguiendo cartas.
I can only provide you a basic Skellige deck. My brother, alas, gave away or lost many key cards.
No chance I can win the tournament with these cards?
An issue easily resolved. You must simply face local Gwent competitors, win the missing cards from them. Besides, it will be very good practice for the tournament itself.
Mira, me deja ir
Here, the cards I can spare you. Take them, please. The rest I keep for myself, for I too intend to play as Skellige.
Vale, tengo que ir a... el resto de las 19 cartas. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 tengo yo aquí. A ver, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ahora 18, tío, pues yo no sé igual. Bueno, por lo menos ya me tengo la baraja, ¿no? Sí. Es que dale. A ver. Es Está el Rey Bran o el Crash Ironcrate. Coño, devuelve todo el montón a la baraja, cuidado. Solo pierde la mitad de su fuerza. Interesante, Provoca transformación de las cartas básicas que se encuentran en mi fila. Estas son las neutrales. Aquí. Halmar. El hermano, el de los ciclos. Y ya tengo un héroe. Joder. Lugos el loco. Lugos el amoratado. Guerrero del clan. Tengo 3. Arculengo de guerra. Arquero. Holger mano negra. Mira, ves el que se transforma en oso cuando una carta Mandromi se encuentra en la misma fila. Y oso, pero ¿se puede ver? No se puede ver el oso. ¿Cuánto tiene? Birna Bran, anda, la reina. Revive algo. Eso también. Se transforma en oso. Barcoluengo, asamblea. ¿Encuentras? Que es asamblea, no mejora. No. A ver. Está el barcoluengo ligero, que tiene asamblea, y barcoluengo de guerra. Es distinto, vale, es distinto. Los ligeros se invocan todos y los de asamblea se potencian. Vale. Hostia, pues tiene cositas, Tienen cositas aquí. Luego están las damas estas. Vale. Tiene cositas, Vale, me llevo estos dos. Esta de momento no. Estos dos me los llevo. Estos 3 me los llevo. La vaca, el espía. Jaskier, sardinilla. Esta. Vale. Me falta una carta de unidad. Me llevo con una quemadura, así eso. Una carta de unidad. Voy a llevar una de estas. Vale. Bueno, voy a guardar y voy a salir. Lo dejo aquí. Estoy reventado, tío. Ya seguiremos en otro momento.